Hi guys! So today I'm going to be doing a lip swatch video for you, and I'm going to be swatching 16 of the NYX Liquid Suede Liquid Lipstick Cream Lipsticks. So I picked up the 4 I just showed you at IMATS, and I also got, I think, all of the newly released shades from NYX at the NYX event that I went to recently. My vlog from that event and from IMATS is already up, so if you haven't seen that, I will link it in a card and you can go and check that out. Also, I should have a haul video already up that includes all of these lipsticks as well as a couple other things that I picked up from IMATS and some sort of clothing items. So again, I will link that in a card and down below. So my lipstick might not look perfect right now, but I did want to show it to you in this state because this is after, let's say, about 6 hours, and I had a frappuccino and I had some green tea and I had dinner, which was Chinese food, and Chinese food is pretty greasy. So I was really impressed that this is what it looks like. I haven't reapplied it since I put it on earlier when I filmed this tutorial. So yeah, I'm actually really impressed with how these last. Even now it's still not transfer proof, but it has dried down quite a bit. It's fairly matte. It has gone into some of the lines in my lips, but that's liquid lipsticks for you. Yeah, I really like it. It's still really pigmented. It's only really worn off sort of on the inside edge of my lip, and I'm really impressed. So the color I'm wearing here is called Respect the Pink. It's a really, really similar shade to Saint Germain from MAC. It's just a teeny bit darker, maybe a little bit more purple and a little less bright Barbie pink, but it's still really bright and really Barbie. So yeah, it's a great color. If you've been looking for a cheaper alternative to that lipstick, then this might be that for you. These are about $10 in Canada, whereas the MAC lipsticks are 20 or 21 or something like that. I just wanted to show you that this is what it looks like after 6 hours of wear, a drink, and dinner. And now I want to reapply it for you so you can see what it looks like fresh. Also, I'm pretty sure that these are going to layer pretty well. So as I hope you can tell, it applied really, really well, and it's even more vibrant when it's first applied. So a couple more things that I just want to tell you about this before I get into swatching the rest of the colors for you. If you really like the dry liquid lipsticks that set down really quickly and last all day, this isn't quite what you're looking for. They always remain a little bit tacky. They never become completely transfer proof. They get less transfer proof as the day goes on, and they do dry down more and more into your lips, but they always sit on top and they always remain a tiny bit of that tackiness. I still think they're fairly comfortable though. They're not heavy on the lips. They're fairly weightless. A little bit tacky if you squish your lips together, but as long as you don't do that, it doesn't do anything. I don't find them patching, even if I do squish my lips together throughout the day. They apply pretty nicely. They're not too streaky or anything, and as you can see, it applied really, really well, so you don't have to worry that it's the type of thing that you have to take off completely to reapply if it requires a reapplication during the day. They have absolutely no scent. They have a fairly large, slightly slanted doe foot applicator, which isn't the most precise, but is still pretty good. I find it holds a good amount of product, especially if you use both sides of the doe foot. And so yeah, I've been really, really liking these a lot. How I think I'm going to do this is I'm going to show you first the 4 colors that I picked up. These are from the original line of liquid suedes, so I will go through those first. There are, I believe, 12 in the original launch as well, so I only have 4 of them, and then I will go through the rest of the new ones. So first I'm going to show you Pink Lust, which is a bright fuchsia color. That's what that one looks like there. Just a really bright, fun pink. I think it's pretty similar to, well, actually I have a lot of lipsticks this color, let's be completely honest. But yeah, it's a much cooler tone pink and much deeper than the Respect the Pink color. But yeah, completely me. I really love the shade. Then I also picked up Cherry Skies, which is a deep sort of blood red color. atrocious application, but that is what Cherry Skies looks like on the lips. It's very, very deep, but a pretty true red. I don't think it really has much of an orange or a blue base. I really love that color. Then a similar but still really fun color is Vintage, which is sort of a deep, plummy, reddy, grayish, browny color. This is a really fun color, but it is possibly the most streaky one I've tried on my lips so far. And the applicator really isn't as hard to use as I'm making it look. Apparently I'm just being kind of lazy. But there's that one. I hope you can see what I mean. It's kind of got like a plum brick shade to it. I really, really like it. It's gonna be obviously better in fall than in summer, but yeah, it's really fun. And finally, and the one I was most excited to pick up from IMATS was Stone Fox, which is this beautiful, deep gray, almost blue shade. Kind of depends on the light. So that definitely has a bit of like a teal gray tone in the light I'm seeing it in. I'm not sure how it's going to pick up on camera, but yeah, that is a Stone Fox. I think this color is absolutely stunning, super unique, and I can't wait to keep wearing it. Alright, I'm just going to put a little bit of foundation around my lips. Alright, now I'm not going to do these next colors in any particular kind of order, except that I'm kind of starting with the brighter colors and going darker for the most part. So one of the weirdest colors that has just come out is called a Little Denim Dress, which is this crazy electric-y blue color. Dark blue lips are really beautiful, and I love my MAC Royal lipstick, and lots of people really pull the blue lips off really well, but this is a pretty crazy color, so let's see how it looks. So that's what that looks like there. Very Ice Princess. It's really fun, and very few people are going to be able to like comfortably pull this off, but I do think it's really fun, and it's really cool that a drugstore lipstick is putting out crazy colors like this. So yeah, I really like it. I'm not sure how much use I'll get out of it, but I'm pretty sure maybe for like Halloween or something it could be really fun to play with. But yeah, it's probably not going to be a daily lipstick for anyone. And next I'm going to show you Foiled Again, which is a sort of fun summery orange color. It definitely has a bit of a yellowy tone to it. It's quite orange. It's not like a coral. It's definitely an orange. I do think it's wearable, especially in summer. I also think it has a bit more of a white tone to it than something like MAC Orange, which is quite vividly orange. This looks a little bit more creamy, kind of reminds me of like a creamsicle type of color, but not as soft as something like Sushi Kiss by MAC. And here's another one I haven't tried out yet. It's called Run the World, and it is just a purple, kind of a Barney purple actually. Pretty damn sure I'm gonna like this one. It actually looks a lot like Kat Von D LUV or Love. That's gorgeous. That is definitely a lot like Love from Kat Von D. So another really good dupe if you are on more of a budget. This one is $10 Canadian, and the other one I think is 18 or 19 Canadian for the Kat Von D. And obviously it's going to have a slightly different texture to it. I think this one might have a little bit more blue, but it definitely has a very similar tone and impact and brightness. So if you are on a budget and you can't afford the Kat Von D, this might be a really good option for you. Now we're going to go into some more neutrals. This is one that I wanted to get at IMATS, but Obviously it wasn't there because they only had the original collection. This is Brooklyn Thorn, and it is a bit of a weird browny greigey color. So this one feels a little bit more liquidy, and I think it's not quite as pigmented as the other ones, but it's easily like evened out and it looks fine. It almost has a bit of a purple undertone to it, which probably makes it a little bit more wearable, but it is definitely a weird taupe greige type of shade, and I like it a lot more on the lips than I did on my hand, so that is awesome. Next we have another one I have not yet swatched on my hand. This one looks like it's not going to be my thing. It looks like a very neutral brown shade. And by the way, I do feel like the colors on the tubes are very similar to what you get in the package and on the lips. So that's that. It's a very weird shade on me. I hope it's picking up on camera like it looks in real life. Yeah. I feel like it'd be a really nice color for like leather or maybe for an eyeshadow. But it's really weird. It could probably be a really cool like nude for some people, obviously with a darker skin tone than mine. It'd probably look really good on anyone from like a Mexican or Persian or Indian type of skin tone, all the way to like beautiful deep black skin. But I mean, if you like it, wear it. I'm just not sure I'm gonna get much use out of the brown myself. All right, now we have 6 more shades, so we're getting there. We're about 2/3 of the way. So this one is called Jet Set, and it looks like an electric deep blue. So that's that color there. Again, I put it on atrociously, but I'm just not taking the time like I usually would, so it's not going on well. But that is a really gorgeous blue shade. It does remind me of Matte Royale from MAC, so if you like that color, this could be a good alternative for you. Let's start with the dark, shall we? So this one is called Alien, and I think this is the black shade. So that's Alien, like I said. I do definitely think it's a black, but I think it might have a bit of a blue undertone as well. Again, I know black isn't going to be a super wearable color for a lot of people, but it's awesome to know that it is an option within this line. So this one again looks nearly black, but I think this one is a bit of a purple, and it is called Oh Put It On. So there that is. Hopefully it's showing up purple. On my screen it kind of looks like it's turning out black. But it's definitely a deep, dark purple. If you wore it a bit more sheerly, I think you'd get more of a bright purple wash. But it's a really gorgeous deep purple. Alright, next is another purple. I think this one's a little bit smokier and not as bright. This one's called Foul Mouth. It's also not as dark, at least the package isn't as dark. So yeah, that one has a lot more of a gray, creamy undertone to it. So yeah, that one's a lot more of a smoky purple, whereas the other one had a bright base to it. But they're both obviously deep, dark purples. I probably wouldn't suggest that anyone needs both of them, but they're both really pretty. So I think I'm going to try out Subversive Socilite next, which is another dark purple shade. But purples are really in right now, so it kind of makes sense that they're making a lot of them. This one appears to be a little bit warmer. Yeah. Appears to be one of the streakier ones, or it might just be my lips getting angry at this point. But yeah, like I said, this is just a bit of a warmer one. It's kind of just a warm version of Foul Mouth. Kind of. Alright, so the last color that I'm going to swatch for you is called Clubhopper. Kind of in between Cherry Skies and Vintage. So I think that one's a little more brown than Vintage, but they seem really similar to me, so I'm actually going to swatch them on my hand for you. Yeah, I think Vintage is a bit more red. Vintage is right here, and this one is Clubhopper, which is a little bit more brown. But they're very similar colors. You could probably get Vintage actually by mixing Clubhopper and Cherry Skies. I like Vintage better, but this one is quite pretty. It's a much more wearable brown for me than the really brown one, which was Downtown Beauty. So yeah, that is the entire portion of the Liquid Suede range that I own. I hope that this swatch video was helpful for you. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to see more videos from me. And also leave your thoughts on any of these colors, or if you've tried these products, let me know what you thought about them down in the comments. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys. I have another haul video for you. This was just going to be a small fashion haul, but then I had eye mats, and I also got a bunch of stuff from the NYX Cosmetics After Dark eye mats after party event thing. That was quite a mouthful.